Alright, now, one more thing. As I promised, I'm going to go over the city screen. This matters because this becomes even more important in Civilization 2, which I'm going to try to play through next. So there's Rome, my capital city. And I showed this many, many times in the playthrough, but I never really explained what all of these things are. So we have the city name, of course, and you can rename it with this button here. You have your population. In this case, it's only 280,000 because I haven't properly built this city up yet. As I said in the playthrough, I prioritized expansion over economic development of existing cities. Then I have military units which are supported by the city. So you see these little shields here. These shields are equivalent to these shields here, and these represent, not strictly speaking, money, but production capacity. In Civilization 2, you can use a feature called capitalization, which will convert these into tax money. But that's in lieu of production of something, when you run out of things to produce. So this is what the city is producing. I could change that with this button to anything here. I'm not going to do that, though. I could buy it to speed production up to 1 turn, because this will take a while if I continue it. See, if you look at it on the list here, it's going to be another 25 turns before I can finish it. So if I clicked buy, I could purchase it for 98 gold out of the treasury. I'm going to skip that for now, though. No. Now, then this shows how much food storage I have. I should probably make it a priority to finish this granary. Otherwise, this food storage is going to be inadequate. There's the food production. It's pretty high, but the population is growing. This is the trade right here, the little arrows. And then here's the actual tax revenue. And these are light bulbs represent the science production of the city. Now, if we look at the map here, this shows what the adjacent squares to the city square are producing for the city. So the city's reach is always in this plus sign shape. And there are different natural resources around. It looks like I could mine gold over here, for example. And none of these have been developed beyond wild, basically wilderness territory. I never got to building roads and irrigation during the game, but that would be one of the logical next steps to increase the output of these squares, especially as the city grows, because if you don't do that, the city's growth will be limited. Now, this info tab, for the most part, just tells me about my military units for the moment. So here are the military units supported by the city. These are the military units present in the city. And below them you can see an abbreviation of the city name from which they're supported. So all of these are local. They're all supported by Rome. But I could theoretically send in troops from other cities if I had inadequate production capacity to defend Rome. This is the happiness menu. It shows what they're happy and unhappy about. So this is what it would look like without any military units. There'd be one person unhappy because this is a monarchy. It's an undemocratic form of government. So my military can actually tamp down dissent more effectively than in a republic or democracy. This is what it looks like if I have a temple, which I do, so the city is not rioting. And then this shows, theoretically, the benefit of having military units present. But because I have the temple, I don't think this is actually necessary, because notice with the temple alone, they'd still be happy. Now here's the map. It shows where this city is on the map of my territory. Then this is a view, and what this does is it shows me the view of the city. And it shows my citizens down here, and it shows my buildings and so on. So theoretically, this is a successful ancient city. And that's really it. One other thing I should mention is it is possible to sell city improvements for cash if you're running short of money. And if you do run out of money in your treasury, your officials will sell off improvements in your cities to make ends meet, which is not always something you want because sometimes you really need these improvements to maintain order. But that's about it, really. I'll obviously show the city menu for Civilization 2 as well and show how close it is to this with the qualifier that, in fact, it is considerably more sophisticated. So that's basically it. I've shown you my take on the original Sid Meier's Civilization. And if possible, over the next few months, I will demonstrate gameplay in Civilization 2, 3, 4, and 5. I may also try to get my hands on Civilization 6. So until then, thanks for watching.